Christmas is a giant stumbling block that we have been warned about in the book of Revelation. Can I show you? Revelation 2, talking to the church of Pergamum. This is Yeshua speaking, red letters. But I have a few things against you, some of you who hold to the teaching of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the sons of Israel. Do you know what that's about? Has your pastor ever told you? One would argue that this is the most famous Christmas tree in America. It's found in New York. It's found in New York. So New York has this very famous Christmas tree, and underneath is a statue of some kind. Let's check it out. Is that Jesus? Let me look. Is that Jesus? Jesus? Let's call this statue definitely not Jesus. That's the statue's name, not Jesus. Notice that not Jesus is on a mountaintop. There's a mountain under there. He's on a mountaintop. He has fire, and he's also surrounded by the zodiac. We'll leave those details for later. But for now, just notice that not Jesus, who's under the big Christmas tree in New York, is on a mountain, okay? That's the detail we need for this video. So again, the tree, the icon, the tree, the image that you're going to put up in your home, people are putting up in their homes, and then not Jesus, the statue is underneath, okay? In order for us to know what the stumbling block is that Jesus is warning the church of Pergamum about, we have to go back to the Old Testament, to the story of Balaam and Balak. He's saying, just like Balaam and Balak put a stumbling block in front of the Israelites, you in the church of Pergamum are tripping over a stumbling block. Let's do a quick overview of Balaam and Balak. Balak was the king of Moab. The Israelites were coming through his territory, and he was really nervous about the Israelites being in his territory because they were powerful and blessed, and they were just heading through to go to the other land. They were going through to the land that Jehovah had promised them. They were just heading in that direction. But Balak, the king of Moab, did not want the Israelites to come through. He was scared of them. And so he hired the prophet to the nations, Balaam. So Balaam was a prophet to the nations. He hired Balaam to curse the Israelites. So Balaam goes to God, and Balaam can hear God, even though he's a prophet to the nations. He can hear God, and he prays to God and says, Balak is hiring me to curse these people. Can I curse these people? And God's like, no, you can't curse these people. And Balaam pushed the issue, and he went to try to curse the people anyway. Then a donkey shows up. That's not the part of the story that I need to get into right now. So what happens after all of this? Balaam goes to curse the people, and he's not able to curse the people. When he speaks and he goes to speak curses, only blessings come out. Balaam worshipped a god, the god of Moab, which he worshipped on the top of Baal Peor, okay? So it was god of Peor, which is the mountain god. It was a type of mountain god. So we go and we put our hearts and minds to Mount Zion. This god was a different god that they were worshiping on the mountain or the high places. You see this theme throughout scripture. The people that are being led astray go to different high places to worship. Baal means Lord or Master, and Peor means opening, and this opening was on a mountain peak. That name of the mountain peak was called Peor, Baal Peor. I don't know about you, but when I look at not Jesus here, it looks like he's on a mountain peak, and he's the center of some sort of worship. Definitely a lot of attention being put around him. There's even trumpets depicting his arrival, but you're like, Jenny, nobody prays to this God, this not Jesus God.
Christmas, even if I did do a good deed. I don't want any presents. Instead, I want to take back every mean thing I ever said to my family, even if they don't take back the things that they said. I don't care. I'll love all of them, including Buzz. If it isn't possible I can see all of them, can I just see my mother? I'll never want another thing as long as I live. I just want my mother. I know I won't see her tonight. Promise me I can see her again. Sometime, anytime. Even if it's just once and only for a couple minutes. I just need to tell her I'm sorry. Kevin? Wow, that was fast.
In that production from Holly, deck the halls with Hollywood, Kevin is praying to a tree with a statue of a man, not Jesus, on a mountaintop. I'm not trying to be legalistic. I'm trying to let you guys in on something that you need to know. Back to Balaam and Balak. Balaam was not able to curse Israel. Every time he went to curse Israel, blessings would just pour out of his mouth. So amazing, right? Yeah, it's so good. He's not going to curse the people that are trying to walk with him, that are trying to do the right thing, okay? So what did Balaam instruct Balak to do? Balaam instructed Balak to seduce the Israelites into sin, because if you could get them sinning and doing things and doing idolatry, then they would be cursed. They would bring the curse upon themselves. So the only way for the enemy to curse a people that has already been blessed by the Most High God is to trick them into idolatry, into compromise. Now, compromise, I could go on for days about compromise, but compromise is also what got King David in trouble. When King David went into compromise and he started working with Achish, he ended up losing all of his wives and children. Do you know any men out there that have been losing their wives and children lately? That's what happens when the men go into compromise. The families are taken from them. And that leads us to Santa Claus, which I'll get into my next video. And it breaks my heart.